One of the biggest criticisms of Sonic Forces is the inclusion of Classic Sonic. His gameplay felt disconnected from the rest of the game. His physics weren't particularly satisfying, and story-wise, he didn't really justify his existence beyond nostalgia. But what if Sega had made a different decision? What if, instead of bringing back Classic Sonic, they brought back Classic Tails? I honestly think this single change would have improved almost every aspect of the game. The biggest reason is modern Tails himself. At the beginning of Sonic Forces, Sonic is believed to be dead. Tails completely loses his confidence and falls into despair. This is strange considering everything he's accomplished throughout the series, but if Sega wanted to tell a story about Tails losing his courage, then they had the perfect opportunity to tell a much stronger story. The problem is that this isn't where Tails' character was headed. In Sonic Adventure, Tails learned that the problem wasn't that he wasn't Sonic. His journey was about discovering that he could stand on his own, even when Sonic wasn't there to guide him. That development continued in Sonic Adventure 2. After Sonic appeared to sacrifice himself, Tails could have blamed himself for revealing the fake emerald to Eggman. Instead, he chose to keep fighting. He confronted Eggman alone, trusted the mission Sonic believed he could complete, and ultimately helped save the world. Those games showed Tails growing into someone who could stand on his own. That's why his portrayal in Sonic Forces feels so jarring. Instead of building on years of character development, the game resets him to someone who can't function without Sonic. Instead of Classic Sonic appearing, imagine Classic Tails arriving. Now the story isn't about nostalgia. It's about two versions of Tails at completely different points in their lives. One Tails has already met Sonic, grown alongside him, and then lost him. The other hasn't even experienced that journey yet. Immediately, the emotional contrast becomes much stronger. Two opposite character arcs. Modern Tails learned confidence because Sonic believed in him. Classic Tails hasn't experienced that yet. Imagine these two traveling together. Modern Tails has lost everything that made him brave. Classic Tails doesn't even know what kind of hero Sonic will become. Now both characters have something to learn. Modern Tails has to rediscover the confidence he once had. Classic Tails has to discover confidence for the first time. Instead of one Tails rescuing the other physically, they're helping each other emotionally. The Chaos Zero scene. This is probably the biggest reason I would make this change. The original scene where Chaos Zero corners Tails has been criticized for years. This is the same Tails who survived much more dangerous versions of Chaos before. Seeing him freeze only for Classic Sonic to rescue him feels completely out of character. Now imagine that scene rewritten. Classic Tails saves modern Tails. Suddenly, the scene becomes much less insulting. Instead of Sonic rescuing Tails again, a younger version of Tails demonstrates courage before he's even met Sonic. That actually says something about Tails as a character. Meeting Sonic. One of my favorite ideas would be having Classic Tails meet modern Sonic before meeting the Sonic from his own time. Imagine Sonic seeing him. "It has been a while since I saw you." Classic Tails simply looks confused. He hasn't met Sonic yet. For Sonic, it's a reunion. For Classic Tails, it's the beginning of a friendship that hasn't happened yet. That's a much more emotionally interesting interaction than simply bringing back another Sonic. Gameplay. Would this magically fix Classic Sonic's gameplay? Probably not, but Classic Tails at least offers something mechanically different. His ability to fly could introduce new platforming ideas and make his sections feel more unique rather than simply repeating Classic Sonic's gameplay style. It wouldn't solve every problem, but it would give Sega more opportunities to design around Tails instead of recreating Green Hill physics. Conclusion. Classic Sonic mostly exists in Sonic Forces because nostalgia sells. Classic Tails could have existed because the story actually needed him. Instead of having another version of Sonic running around, we'd have two different versions of Tails learning from each other. One learning how to become brave, the other learning that losing someone doesn't erase the person you've become. To me, that's a much stronger story than what Sonic Forces ultimately delivered.